Hello and a happy new 2025 to everyone. I have a forest close to where I live again, and I'm back on my ramblings with my phone out, walking through the woods and recording myself rambling about different things. So I thought, yeah, this is so beautiful. This is so amazing. There's currently there's no people, and as I look into the forest around me, I only see trees. Apart from the path that I'm currently on, there are no signs, no visible signs of civilization anywhere. This is so amazing. Yeah. So, ramblings. What the thought that just crossed my mind was that this new year is barely a day old, and I have already learned so many things about myself. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's woo. Yeah. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling probably getting an answer. I would say this new year is already off to the most amazing start imaginable. Last year, for the new year, I was on La Palma. And yeah, part of me misses La Palma and would like to be there, but La Palma does not have forests like this. It's far too wet. And the year before that, I was in New Zealand. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was in Auckland. Facilitating a New Year retreat that ran on UK time. So I would get up at 3 in the morning to be ready to start at, I think, 5. Do the retreat until, like, I don't know, 10 something, and go to sleep again. That was an interesting experience. That was a really interesting experience. Yeah. So you might be curious about, as I said earlier, I've already learned so many things about myself in this new year. What they are? Well, I have learned that I can open a bottle of sparkling wine without taking out an eye or destroying anything. It takes me about 3 hours to open it because I'm on and off wiggling that plug thing to get it out. It took me 3 hours. I started at 6 and I managed on and off shortly after 9, I think, and I put the bottle back because it had got warm, but put the bottle back in the fridge. It was cold by midnight. And then I had a sip from a water glass, very classy. And I went straight to headache and nausea. So I have learned that yes, I can open these bottles. It's actually fun, feeling that pressure rising and holding, and then it goes. That was fun. Drinking, not so much. So if anybody's willing to come by and interested in a barely opened bottle of probably pretty good sparkling wine, let me know. The other thing that I learned on an exploration earlier. So I walked into the forest. This is the first time that I'm actually exploring the forest after moving to this area. And I was following this narrow path, and it became a bit of a deer trail, and then it ran out. I'm standing there, like in something like this, what you can see behind me. It looked a bit like this. So no path, no signs of civilization. And I could feel like this agitation rising, and not exactly fear. I didn't feel like fear, but this agitation of, oh my God, I'm lost. I'm getting lost. I don't know where I am. There's people over there. I'm standing there thinking, oh, that feels interesting. That feels interesting. Where am I going? I was thinking, okay, let's give this a try. Let's see if I give myself to guidance, what it would be like. And that moment a bird called behind me, so I walked in that direction, and then I saw a fallen log of a tree that looked a bit like an earth dragon, and I walked in that direction, and I saw a branch that looked like an earth dragon. I walked in that direction, and something like that would happen, and I walk in that direction, and the fear's gone completely. There's complete and utter calm inside of me. There's a lightness, there's a joy, trust. I knew I was safe. I was safe following guidance for a while, and then the kind of programming conditioning kicked in that said, yeah, but you wanted to go for a walk. You didn't want to, stumble around the forest the entire day, and it's not exactly cold, but it's winter, the sun will go down at some point, and so on and so forth. So, and immediately when the thoughts came back, the fear of, oh my God, I'm lost, I need to find a way, came back. It was really, really interesting. And then I stopped looking for signs, and I just knew kind of vaguely which direction I had to go to find the official path again. So I walked in that direction. But it taught me something. It taught me that at this point, at least today I wasn't ready yet to fully trust guidance. There is still a part of me, and I'm aware of it. There is still this part that wants to be comfortable, that wants safety, that wants to know where I'm going, and actually have the path laid out for me like this, have a nice, open, clear path. And there's people walking through the woods now. Have a nice, clear, open path laid out for me, so I could just walk without thinking, kind of switching off without, being conscious, being aware, just walk. Now that was interesting. These people are following guidance. They have a child with them. Probably they're following the child because the child is still more connected to guidance. Anyway, that was the third thing that I learned about myself today. And the second thing will take even longer to explain, probably. And there's people behind me now. I'm getting a bit self-conscious what they're thinking. Me walking around with my phone in my hand, recording myself. They're probably thinking like, oh, there's this kind of social media influencer. What's she doing? Yeah, talking to myself. Talking to a phone on myself. Yeah, so I'll be sitting with the discomfort. Ooh, there's a bit of a wall all around here. See if I can. They're following me. They're following me. Fuck. You didn't hear me say that. Ew. 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 My hand's getting a bit cold. I'm back on more open and public paths, so there'll be a lot of more people around now. Observing me ramble to myself. Okay, this is an interesting situation around here again, because there's no kind of official path. Let's see. Let's see where it takes me. It takes me anywhere. I can see houses again, so I think I'll be out of the woods soon. She said, and then got completely lost. Okay. So if these people are following me, I might have to stop the recording and come back later, because there are things that I'm comfortable discussing in public and with strangers following me, and there are things that I'm not so comfortable discussing. Also, I'm getting distracted by them. The second thing, let's see. So for the past 3 months or so, what's been part of my meditation is there's a current theme of things like expectations. How expectations shape reality, how reality is being shaped by consciousness, by all consciousness, not just mine, but collective consciousness, intervention consciousness, and all these things. And karma. There's quite a lot of karma coming up. Pretty much all the time. They're walking in a different direction. So, karma. And what popped up this morning again was a situation, or a similar situation to something that I'd visited before, and that's slowly choking to death. I've had similar situations, visions, images before. Obviously I'm in the dark. There's a sense of a shaft mining, something like underground. There was one situation where I knew I'd fallen into a shaft, and there was a ladder out, but the way I'd fallen, I was cramped in such an uncomfortable way in that very narrow shaft that I couldn't move. I was stuck, literally stuck, and I couldn't move. I couldn't get out, so I died from that. And there's more people coming. Anyway, so this morning